Hey guys, so Zeta dropped her blog today. I said I would be doing another video once it drops. So if you're not a part of the ZetaConfidential.com family, then definitely think about it. It's awesome. If you're a Zemi fan, it makes it all that much better and juicier. But you don't have to be a part of ZetaConfidential.com family to be a part of this conversation. You can still take from it. You don't have to be a Zeta fan. You don't have to be a Love Island fan. Definitely something that you can take away, but it does make it all that much better if you are and fun. If you are not subscribed to my channel, then go ahead and click that button, guys. Like, let's get into this conversation. So for Zeta's blog today, the blog post today was about accountability in relationships. And like I said, it doesn't have to be intimate. It doesn't have to be, it can be friends, family, but just that accountability and not wallowing in self-pity, blame, victimization. Because so often we have these boxes that we have checked off for what other people need to be, but we're not reflecting to see if we really check off those boxes ourselves. So for Zeta, she does go in detail about her expectations pre-Timmy, post-Timmy, and, you know, a little bit of stuff in between. And so it's nice to hear her takeaway from that. But for me, the self-pity really resonated with me because I try not to do it, but I have found myself, like, I don't go to extremes, like, when it comes to, you know, like, I have been married for a long time. We got married young, so I can't say, like, well, some people may have huge expectations as a young person. I think mine were really, like, almost non-existent. I did want you to be a nice person, but I guess I definitely could have added some more things to the list, but by the grace of God, I was blessed with an amazing husband, but not really reflecting enough just in other relationships sometimes on what I personally could do. Because I have found myself, I am somebody who gives a lot. And I have found, even especially in some family relationships, where I feel I overgive and it's not reciprocated. So, and not necessarily that self-pity, because you can also make good judgment calls and you do have to set boundaries for yourself, but really reflecting on how could I have made the situation better. And then once you've done that, you are free and in the clear, okay? Like, but first reflecting in any kind of relationship, well, what am I doing? Because you're going to attract that energy that you're putting out. So what is it about me that I'm not, that is not, sitting well with this situation? Now, granted, also, every energy is not for you. So please respect and understand that. Those are two totally different conversations. But during COVID in particular, this is where this topic really sat with me, because you had nowhere to run. You had nowhere to go. You really had to sit in your pool and really, sit with yourself and really reflect. And so for me, I had just had a baby during COVID, like right at the height of the pandemic. Everything shut down the next week. I've said that in a video before. And so I really, I got to a point where I was a little frustrated and I was blaming other people for stuff that was going on. And I really had to reflect and see, girl, like, what are you doing, and what, how could we change this situation? And this is one of the things that I wrote that is probably like first of all, it's two things. So one is the quote that I actually really live by, because I just think it's so impactful and I think it's so helpful. So I hope it helps you guys too. If you keep telling the same sad, small story, you will keep living in the same sad, small life. That's Gene Houston. But it is like, if you want to move forward, if you want to progress, you cannot keep blaming others. Now, do others play a part? Certainly they do. But what can you do to change the situation? You won't always be able to change the situation, but what you can do is take yourself out of that situation. Because when you change your energy and you're really walking in accountability, all that past stuff, all the stuff that is not supposed to be for you is going to fall right off. But one of the favorite things that I wrote really when I was sitting in this, reflecting on not being, not sitting in self-pity, was it's okay to be sad, scared, angry, frustrated, even disappointed, but don't wallow in self-pity, because it can be so dangerous and destructive due to the fact it often separates the victim from reality. Life is never hopeless. Hopelessness is a personal choice. Choose to be great, to love, forgiveness, happiness, growth, maturity, and honesty. And if you can do that, again, like everything else, all that other stuff don't have nothing to do with you. Let it go. Let it go. Because what self-pity does is it keeps you from being connected with, it keeps you from being connected with people that you love, that truly care about you. It keeps you from being connected truly with yourself, your best self, because you're so focused on what's not or what somebody else did that you're not connected with yourself. And when you start to disconnect from yourself, then that means you're also not allowing God into that space to really reflect and be present for what God and your God, whoever that is or whatever that may be, to be present in that moment, because you're so focused. As you're deflecting, it's beaming the positivity right off of you. It's beaming those messages and things that you need to take in to better yourself. It's beaming it right off you. It separates you and paralyzes you into inaction. Because if you're so worried and stuck in the past, then you can't move forward. Where can you go? It makes you stagnant. When you're so focused on what's back here and what's not happening, that means we're not thinking about solutions. We're not solution. It takes you from being solution oriented, and that's never, ever where we want to be. But also what it does, because when it separates you from people, one, like I said, when it takes you from being with personal accountability, it is taking away the people who also, not only that we care about, but resources. If we don't have those resources, guys, then we can't. That's what life is about. Now, I know, and I'm not even talking about from let's use somebody. Relationships are give and take in some way, whether it be love, whether it may be financial, it may be whatever, it may be opportunities, doors opening. But when we are so busy deflecting, we can't build upon ourselves to make ourselves better, to keep those connections, to keep people in our lives that are going to continue to grow and want to flourish with us. And bigger than that, and I thought one of the biggest things that I realized just in my own time and kind of self-loathing, when it is keeping people away, it brings people down. It brings you down. We have one life to live, guys. So who wants to sit in negativity? Tomorrow is not promised. The next minute, second is not promised. So in that time and space, deciding that, look, like today might not be perfect. I might not have everything. Everything may not be the way that I want. These people around me, this person may not be this way, but being able to say, this is what I can do to make it better. And then if for some reason that after you've done your self-reflection that it's not working, then being able to go to your partner, to your, your friends and say, this is what I'm thinking. This is really like what, I expect out of this relationship. This is what I feel I bring. And being able to not just check yourself, but allowing people to check you and being able to have those honest conversations with whomever you have those relationships with. I'm telling you, during COVID, I didn't have nothing but time, and my husband, and we sat and we had some uncomfortable conversations, just because as you're growing, goals and expectations may change. And I know for us, that was something that did take place. So on one end, you may think you're checking all the boxes that you checked before, but your partner may not think like, I don't think that way anymore. So being able to sit down and check in with each other, check in with, as much as you check in with yourself, check in with those who you have relationships, check in with your partner, check in with your family, and make sure that you are meeting what you feel like you're supposed to meet. You don't have to necessarily go above and beyond or go outside of yourself, but it's certainly fair to have those honest conversations so you can build upon, be the best you for yourself, be the best you for your friends and family. And then also it's okay to expect that in return. Y'all, thank you for listening to my little TED Talk. I absolutely love Zeta's vlog for today, her blog for today. It was an awesome takeaway. It definitely is a good read if you want to read it, if you haven't. But y'all, take some time to reflect, sit with yourself, meditate, sit in silence, really just connect and get grounded. And, see how you can be better with yourself. Make a list, find some of your favorite quotes, and just Hold yourself accountable. Don't be scared to hold others accountable. And don't be afraid to step away from energy that you don't need, people that don't serve you, because it's fair. If if you're not serving them, they're not serving you, then it is okay to step away. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know how you guys are feeling, how you deal with self-pity, self-loathing. And I can't wait to talk to you guys later. I'll be back with another video real soon, guys. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a great night. Talk to you soon.